Hi everyone. Okay, I'm just gonna check and make sure that I actually start streaming. Take a second. Okay, looks like I'm live on my phone. Gonna check here. Might get some weird feedback for a second, so if anybody's watching right now, sorry about that. Okay, looks like I'm live. So, hi everyone. A few changes. I did actually move some furniture around, so I'm sitting in a chair, not my bed, which is an improvement. I also took the liberty of organizing some stuff and removing the platforms in my little elevator thing. But I do hope everyone had a good week. Today is my little brother's birthday actually, so once I'm done with this, I'm going to be making him a cake. Brian, Report, and Gus. Oh. Got to put this back. Oh, I actually did put the tables back. That's something. I had my first week of classes. I actually don't have any classes on Fridays this semester, which is sort of nice. But yeah, there were they're still doing half online, half offline, sort of. I'm going to have to go in for labs this semester, which on the one hand, I really enjoy labs, so I'm glad we're doing that. On the other hand, the 8.9% of the people in my county have COVID right now. So that we're going ahead is kind of mind-boggling, but at the same time, current vaccine rollout says it'll take like 10 years to get everyone vaccinated, because apparently as a country we've decided that it would be nice if we, didn't get this under control. So I guess the universities don't really have a choice in the matter at this point. Same thing with schools. My dad's a teacher, and so I kind of get to see both sides of the parenting of the school visit thing. Because on the one hand, he's high risk, and it's kind of, you know, scary to be with a bunch of children. Like, children are nice and all. They are not good at keeping themselves clean or preventing the spread of diseases. But they do wear masks, actually. At his school, at least. You know, it turns out you just, like, say, hey, everyone has to wear a mask, and you make sure the teachers do too. And, or at least a face shield, and then the kids do it, no problem. So, that's nice. So on the one hand, you know, it is kind of scary, but on the other hand, I don't know how many people watching are teachers. Just have no idea about that, but if you're not, let me tell you, or how many people are students, but it is very hard to concentrate on a lesson when it's being done through Zoom. I'm speaking from experience on that, and I am in college, so there's already a little expectation that you're going to be doing some work on your own in college. My dad teaches middle school, which is really, really hard because, you know, middle schoolers, they're having trouble concentrating because everything. And then, in addition to that, you're doing it online, which kind of doesn't feel real, I'll be honest. And again, this is coming from somebody who is literally paying like tens of thousands of dollars to attend school. So it's a totally different situation when the kids are like being forced to, and they don't want to be there in the first place, and then they're online, and it's just so easy. So I mean, yeah, in reality, whatever your school board in your area has decided, you know, it might really suck, you know, doing classes online, or just, or being like afraid because you're at school and your parents are high risk, or you're high risk, or anything like that. But the reality is this situation is not the fault of the school, it's not the fault of the teachers, and getting super mad at them isn't really helpful because they're doing the best they can. The reality is, if we want to get this done, it's going to require like collective action, and we've decided not to do that. And I don't mean each individual person specifically, by the way. I just mean enough people have decided that it doesn't sound cool to wear masks or, you know, just avoid going places for a few weeks. Because the reality is, vaccine or no vaccine, the incubation period is 2 weeks. So if we could just get everyone to agree to stay inside for 2 weeks. And I realize for me staying inside is not much of a problem. So I understand that for some people it's a lot harder to do that. And absolutely no judgment to you. But if everybody did that for 2 weeks, and at the end of that 2 weeks everybody was tested, and the people who were tested and tested positive were given like weeks off work or whatever so that they could get over it and not infect other people, then we'd be fine. It would like be over, and then just, you know, testing people before they come here would allow us to keep it under control. But we're not doing that, and the reality is we're not going to get 100% of the people to do that. And the more people it takes. Is that a crab? I might be about to die. But so the longer we take to work to get the fewer people do it, the longer we have to do these the staying in place and everything. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it looks like we're going to be doing this until everyone's vaccinated. which hopefully will not actually take 10 years. Don't know if anyone heard the phone buzzing. That was my dad saying that we're not gonna do that. He's not gonna do a D&D game tonight because we're gonna be throwing a party for my little brother. I did not mean to do that. That is a pain. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be throwing a party for him, and well, I say party. We're not actually inviting people over. I mean, one thing, last minute, another thing, COVID. Yeah, do I have recall potions? Good, I do. I also play D&D, not Friday nights. I play weekend afternoons. Tomorrow we're starting a new campaign. My little brother, who I mentioned just now, he's actually playing a sibling of mine in the game. We're doing Horde of the Dragon Queen. Or is it Rise of the Dragon Queen? Something of the Dragon Queen. We've already done Dragon Heist. But in that, we are both halflings, and we are descended from a great dragon slayer, so that's gonna be fun. And apparently I haven't learned my lesson, so I'm going right down here again. There we go. Can I put this down next to the clock? Nope. Is this still called Lord Bowling if it's in Terraria? I can't believe I got rid of all my dirt. Oh, and there's a room right there, that's handy. Oh! I was so excited because I got an enchanted boomerang, but it's a terrible one. Anyway, yeah, I know I'm ranting about COVID and everything, but it is kind of frustrating. I mean, after this semester, I will have spent 3 college semesters, you know, going to college, doing the traditional going to college, attending labs, not worrying about getting sick and dying, being able to eat steak and shake, doing lunch. And then I would also have had 3 semesters of whatever the heck this is. So it's been a while, is my point. Oh, they found their way across, that's nice. So yeah, it's just been kind of on my mind, and I know that it's been on other people's mind too, and maybe you came here to get away from all that, in which case I'm very sorry, but I'm thinking about it, like, constantly, and some of my friends are actually either testing positive, and, you know, they have it, or people in their circle are, and some of my relatives are too. Not that I, see much of them. They live literally 3 days away by car. But yeah, it's sending home. So yeah. My experience, yo-yos are really good against wolves. I did not mean to hit you, little bug. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, you really don't want to be hit by a blood leech. Oh no. Okay, everyone in Biome's a boat now. Rope. Where is my rope? Ah, there it is. May consider the default potions. Does this go straight from granite to marble? Silly question, it obviously does. Okay. I cannot go any further in that game, in this cave, until I get more hoods. Or get better at the game, but the hoods are gonna happen faster. No, I'll go ahead into an auto pause mode. Just because. I keep forgetting to sing in the school. There we go, that's better. Yeah. So as classes go, I have ASL, which apparently we're only gonna meet synchronously once a week. Which I'm sure will be fine as soon as my textbooks arrive, which they haven't yet because, well, I didn't order them yet. I didn't see the book list for that class specifically until very recently. So they'll arrive as soon as they do, and I'll just have to live with that. I love your complete inability to slip into where we are, honestly. At this point, I'm wondering whether I'll have an important graduation or not. But honestly, as far as places for disease transmission go, colleges, or probably most in elementary schools. Unless they're like boarding elementary schools or something, but I don't think there are that many of those. A second garden? That's cool. Oh, okay. Normally, when I find the corruption in a new world, I will just keep going forward until I die, which should not take more than a few minutes with the gear I have at the moment. Oh. It's gonna work just fine until an eater of flesh comes up from behind and kills me. Gonna carry a torch so y'all can at least see me. And every time I get the snow bio, it's in the corruption. Hummingbirds in real life are like really vicious. in territorial, so that makes sense. Although I did see a frog eat a hummingbird once. While I was waiting in line to get in the International Wildlife Museum, which, if you haven't been, as soon as it's safe, obviously you should go. It's kind of depressing. It was made by this guy. He used to be a big game hunter, and then either he or his son realized the error of his ways, and he made this museum to try to preserve, to kind of show the beauty of wildlife. There's a hall, the Hall of Extinct Animals, and literally there's a bunch of extinct animals taxidermied. And the ceilings are really high so that they can fit all of the heads of the animals that we've made extinct on the walls. And it was really moving. It was really sad to see all the animals that we've driven extinct. But yeah, it's just and I think Calamity also makes it so that even in expert mode you don't slow down a lot while you're underwater. Or maybe the thing is in expert mode you don't slow down and instead you just lose oxygen really, really fast. And you definitely do, so I can't give much advice, but I can say do not get in the water while in a snow biome if you're playing expert mode. Or at all, honestly, because going really slowly is kind of annoying. Wolfworm, at least, it looks like it updated because these now say Wolfworm Metal Scrap instead of just Wolfworm Swords. But in the old version, at least, it was very, it was beginning stuff, a little bit better than what. So I think they might have changed that now just because by the time you get Wolfworm, at least by the time I get Wolfworm, I've normally been mining a bit. Oh, and you were just zooming around, aren't you? Hello. My little brother was, he's taking off. He's taking the day off virtual school today. Which, honestly, I can't blame him. Virtual high school does not sound in any way fun and also doesn't sound super helpful in terms of helping you learn things. Like I said, in college, it's a little bit different because in college, there's sort of the expectation that you want to be there because you're paying a lot of money to be there, in America at least, and in any case, it's not mandatory. 18-year-olds don't get arrested for not being in college. So that kind of changes everything, honestly. Teachers... Okay. If you were like me in grade school, you would have heard, you gotta study in in elementary school. You might have heard you gotta study in middle school, and then you didn't, and then you heard you gotta study in high school, and then you didn't. But here's the thing: in college, you do. There's a fundamental difference in terms of college versus high school. In that, in college, the studying is actually a prerequisite for learning the material in class. In high school, you read the textbook and then you talked about the stuff in the textbook in class. And then in college, for the most part, another garden? Are you kidding me? No, that must have been a glitch, unless the garden's underground, which would be cool, actually. But yeah, in college, the stuff you learn in the textbook is like the foundation for the stuff you're going to be learning in class. So literally, you're going to fall behind. And I had a bit of a rude awakening in college when that happened. So I wanted to warn people out there. But actually, if you do plan on going to college, then the best thing you can do to kind of prepare yourself for the college experience is if your high school has AP Art History. And specifically, they course AP Art History. Other AP classes are good, but they don't provide the same experience. AP Art History is, at least the way I had it, though I had a fantastic AP Art History teacher. The way I learned it, you would have to study the books of what you'd be learning, like 5 of the 250 between every class period. And then in class, you'd be talking, yes, so here's these pieces, you've all learned about them, so we're not going to go over them, and instead we're going to talk about the era. So it was the best example I got of the kind of stuff I'd be doing in college, is my point. Hardly a bad time to stop and take a drink, but I'm thirsty, so I'm doing it. My little squirrel friend is stuck between 2 positions. You'll get out of it from far enough away. Yep. So yeah, as I was saying, if you want to get a preview of the college experience, then take AP Art History, and then the other thing you'll have to realize is that that's 2 semesters of learning. And in college, it'll be 1 semester. You'll learn all of the stuff you learn in 2 semesters of AP Art History in 1 semester, so that's kind of... It's useful as a preview of the kind of stuff you'll be doing in college, is what I'm saying. And if you're going to college, which I mean, obviously I am, and I mean, if you're not going into something, if you're not going into like science or whatever, then you know you don't need to go to college. You can go into trade school instead, save yourself some money. Because we've decided to, in my country, we've decided to economically penalize people for going to college. So if you want to learn sciences or something, you need to go to college. Otherwise, you don't have to. And I would recommend going just for the experience, because while it is an experience, I don't consider it a necessary one. You can get along just fine without it. And I'm not going to go too far underground here, because I do know about the Skeleton Guardians, and I'm not ready to fight them. Not ready to fight Skeleton either, even if it was night. Oh, that's what that noise was. Sounded like the enchanting noise in Minecraft. Did I bring a hamburger with me? I did. Oh, cool. And also a corruption biome. And it's in the desert, so that'll be a kind of clean. I think I should quarantine this. And it'd be a shame to let all that sand go away, so let me see what I can get rid of here. Even if I normally just sell those. And not gonna be able to get to that, so I'm gonna go ahead and hope that Evanstone doesn't corrupt sand. It probably does, I'll be honest. Oh, this would in fact be the bad, dangerous, evil sea biome. No, it's not the Softwood Sea, it's the Abyss, which I guess also does damage to you. I never swam in the Abyss before, so I wouldn't really know. Maybe that's just following the corruption. Probably isn't, because I think I stood into model audio. So we went to one side of the wall. Back again. Okay, I'm not getting rid of that boomerang, even though it's objectively a bad boomerang. Right, Brian, if you could stop leaving the door open, that would be super. Can I use this for? This is new. Okay, so they did change this up a little bit. And I wasn't really even exploring to get some more boats, so I did that. Now I can go down. Kind of forgot what he did that for. But I do love Lord World as opposed to all the others. I mean, Lord Worlds, they have more cool stuff, honestly. And anyone watching, if I ever don't mind, if I ever get in an area and it's too dark and you can't see anything, just let me know, and I will go ahead and put down some torches. I have plenty of those. I just sometimes forget, to put them up. Wow, I think I put down the torch can be very good right then. This is also a good way to get stone for the castle I'm building, so that works out too. Jack, huh? Here we go. Guess lighting that area up isn't really important because you want to just spawn off screen into area. Another draft. There's a lot of drafts. It was on the grammar or 2 more NPCs, which is why I said last time, if you're playing Modded Terraria, you are probably going to need to make a lot more NPCs, or a lot more NPC homes than you're used to. My uncle, he got a Skyrim special edition for himself, and so he asked me and my brothers to show him how to get the modding software up and running, and I ended up helping him with most of it. And it occurred to me, like, how many skills are involved in modding. I mean, okay, first of all, modding, if you make mods, congratulations, you're excellent. Gaming, as we know, it depends on you, and so let's get that out of the way. Making mods is a feat. It's amazing. You're like creating content for free, and I salute you. But also the amount of skills required in like installing mods that most, I mean, Gen Z, we don't think about it because we just do it, but you know, finding out which software is safe, finding out which websites are safe, installing programs. A lot of them require WinRAR and 7-zip, or 7-zip, or is it WinRAR? Whatever. That program that we have on our computers, which either we assumed were safe, like I did originally, or as I did after installing it, which honestly a little too late. You Google, hey, is this product safe? And you know, that's a skill to learn how to do that. And my point is that in a modern world, you should be able to put down all of the skills involved with getting mods on your resume, and you know, try it. Just, you know, I know how to Google if a program's safe, I know how to install programs, I know how to make sure they run correctly. You know, I know how to check if bits of code are conflicting with each other. I mean, not down at the code level, I can't read computer code, but yeah, you know, reading what mods do, saying, oh, well, this bit sounds like it could conflict with this bit, and then figuring out what it's loaded for and whatever writes the other one. I play a lot of Skyrim and also Fallout. I played a little bit in Baldur's Gate 3. I had to uninstall it though because I'm just about out of space on this computer. I haven't streamed it and I'm not sure I'm going to, and the reason is I know I've been getting like really quiet and like super concentrated when I'm playing this sometimes, and it's not just because I'm not super good when it comes to like reflexes and coordination, and sometimes I need to concentrate to survive in these games. It's also a thing I do. I get really into video games and I kind of immerse myself in them, and I forget about talking or drinking things actually. So give me a second. And that in role-playing games, I'm even more like that. So my point is, I could, I'm not sure if it'd be fun to watch me play Skyrim or Fallout 4 or anything. I mean, I'll reevaluate if I ever get like a lot of people saying, "Hey, I want to see you play it." I'll see about doing it. But like I said, I make no promises that I won't like get really silent for 20, 30 minutes at a time. But yeah, I came to the realization I've actually never played unmodded Fallout 4. And the reason is, when I started, it was on like the family desktop before I installed it on my computer, which is the thing I'm playing on now, because I'm in my room. So, I started playing on the family desktop, and that was after my brother Jeffrey, who, he's my little brother, he's got a lot more mods than me, which is kind of neat. He installed mods on that, so I've literally never played unmodded Fallout. It's kind of funny to think about, and even in Skyrim, I did play that unmodded for a while, like a few weeks before I went to the Steam Workshop, because that was before I knew about Nexus. Long time ago, actually, that was. So I've been using Nexus for a long time now, but anyway. My point is, the games, to me, I play them modded, and that's just kind of how they are, which is an interesting thing to think about. I mean, I'm a big believer in Death of the Author style literature analysis. But, you know, modding games and forgetting which poets were modded and kind of taking that to a whole new level. I have no idea if this is enough water to stop me from dying in event of a catastrophic, you know, falling accident. I know that mining isn't super thrilling to watch, and I am sorry about that, but I don't know, when I watch streams, I always feel kind of, when I watch people play, I always feel kind of disconnected when they came back and they're like, oh yeah, and so I went mining and they got this diamond pickaxe and stuff, and you know, people stream however they want to stream, but unless it's something like really, like, you know, inventory sorting, which, as I said, I did do before I started this up, I'm not going to, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it off camera, I mean. I'll just... But I mean, okay, I was talking about Death of the Author earlier, and for people who don't know, that's literally just, you know, the intent of the author doesn't matter, you know, once it's out there. And if people, like, me, like, for example, I don't know, for all I know, Gene Roddenberry intended for Spock and Kirk to have sort of a romantic vibe, because he was all about being progressive and stuff. But it kind of doesn't matter at this point, because, you know, when people watch Star Trek, they're not going to be like, okay, well, before I think of these two as gay, I'm going to be checking and seeing if Gene Roddenberry meant it like that. No, they're just going to be like, okay, these people feel like they're in a relationship to me, so, you know, I'm going to, I read them as if they are, and that impacts how I view them. And, you know, boulders are my weakness. I thought I saw a pressure plate there. I ignored it. Do not ignore pressure plates, everyone. It ends badly, as you can see. So anyway, so to an extent, I mean, obviously the author's intent does matter, like, a little. But for the most part, like, how people read it matters just as much, if not more, than what the author meant, is my point. And I'll treat video games like that too. Like, I love Fallout 4. I do. Some aspects of the lore I'm not super into. The drunk canon, like they advertise, you haven't lived until you've killed someone with a teddy bear, and I'm not into that. It feels kind of over the top to me. So if I ever find it in game, I'm just straight up not going to use it, and I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. But yeah, just is that a golden worm? Do I have a bug net? I better have a bug net. I do! I should be catching worms. I've got a golden worm. I was gonna be making a house, wasn't I? And that would be a plane flying overhead. Not sure if anyone can hear that, but I can't do anything about the planes. See what else? There was a coyote outside my house yesterday. Haven't seen it yet today, but I'd say we're keeping our dogs inside. They don't go outside, so it's really no difference. It is, again, I do know some people literally, they like, in order to relax, they need to hang out with other people and stuff. So I'm not like super mad at other people not gathering. Sorry about people gathering. I mean, especially it is kind of, I don't know if anyone here is learned economic games, but it is kind of an assurance game in that people don't get the like, if you do it, if you shelter in place, I mean, yeah, you're less likely to get COVID, but also it's not going to end any sooner. So I can see how that could be really discouraging to people who, you know, want to hang out with other people and, you know, they extroverts, you know, retort by chatting, all that. So I can see how it would be really frustrating for y'all to like be doing this and to be doing it for months and for it to like not appear to have any effect at all, which is why I'm just going to say, you know, stay, if you can't stay inside all the time, I understand, you know, we've been doing this for a long time and I can see it being really discouraging, not appearing to have an effect and everything. So if you can't, just please wear a mask. And you know, we're gonna have to try to get through this, and hopefully with as few dead people as possible. Not the kind of thing you go to a gaming stream for normally. I know, I'm aware of that, but I don't know, I have to talk about this because I do eventually, I would like to be able to hang out with my friends in a semi-normal environment, and it's not gonna happen for a while at least. Also, these are literally the kinds of conversations I have, like, at my home all the time. Me and my family will talk about this kind of thing over dinner. I haven't seen the news at all today because I know this is like awful of me and you're not really supposed to do it, but I do get news from Facebook. I do Reddit first. If you don't know about Media Bias Facts Check, it's a great source for if you see a news source and you're like, okay, is this legit? Can I trust it? Then they will tell you. They'll be like, well, here's how biased this source is in terms of, say, word choice. And then they'll also tell you how factually accurate it is, because there are some sources that, like, they have an obvious bias, and you can still get information out of them. And that information can still be valuable and, you know, accurate. It's just the spin is partisan, and that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna talk about schools again, but not in the context of, like, opening up or shutting down or anything. School, I mean, at one point in time, it was definitely valuable for schools to teach, you know, like, the facts of the world and like for science classes. I'm sure at one point it was really valuable for science classes to teach, what's it called, to teach, you know, just like the facts, and so instead of, you know, the scientific method and stuff. Although I maintain that the scientific method is always more valuable. People should use it in their everyday life. All I'm saying. But school is nowadays, I mean, okay, the kids are gonna get disengaged in math if you're just like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do long division, and you're not gonna say, if you're not gonna say why long division is important, aside from just, you know, kids are gonna ask, why do I need to learn this? I can go to my phone, go to the calculator, hit the divide button, and, you know, that's a valid question. And so you gotta teach them why. And you'll notice I'm not saying why. And the reason is because I was not explicitly taught why long division is so important. No, I wasn't specifically taught why long division was, why it's important to know long division, given that everyone has a calculator nowadays. Like, I wasn't taught why that was important, so I can't say if there were any mathematicians here. I mean, I guess it is important to know how numbers work. But it's just, you know, it's a different world that we live in now. It's a world where you can literally look up anything. Actually, you can look up anything you want, and the only problem is that the information you get might not be accurate. So yeah, I mean, fundamentally, kids are going to get tuned out. They're going to tune out in elementary school and all this, because it's not even a question of when am I going to use this in the real world. Because that's not the question kids are asking. The question kids are asking is, you know, why do I need to memorize this? Because I can Google it anytime I want. And so we need to move away, I think, from like teaching the facts, you know. We need to move away from teaching just facts, and we need to move towards teaching how, like, skills. So instead of teaching in science, you know, in the 18th century, Louis Pasteur proved that life doesn't generate from nothing, not even microbial life. And you'll notice I cannot vouch for the accuracy of the century I gave, but I can tell you that Louis Pasteur proved that Louis Pasteur disproved spontaneous generation, and I can tell you that because that's an important thing to know. That, you know, spontaneous generation is the idea that meat will generate maggots, and that if you like leave a container of water, it will get cloudy with life because life just kind of appears from it. So it is important to know that's not a thing anymore. And the way Louis Pasteur proved it was kind of cool. It involved like glass blowing and stuff, but I don't know if anybody wants to hear about that. You can look it up if you want. Oh, no, I got hit. So my point is, it's like better to learn like, here's how he proved it, and here's how you can apply that to your own life. So I think we need to get away from teaching, you know, just like memorization and stuff, and start teaching things like the scientific method. Very important thing, how to tell if a source is accurate, logical fallacies, you know, things like that. Those things that it is very difficult to learn online, and, you know, stuff that makes learning other things easier, like throughout your life. And it's not super appealing to everyone to like teach kids to argue back, and I get it, you know, sometimes you just want to like tell somebody something and have them listen. But, you know, it's really important, you know, to learn the basics of how to do stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and count that as an actively political tangent, so I guess that'd be like the 4th I did. I don't know if anybody's keeping track. But yeah, that's... I don't know, I just... You know, hopefully, the reason I talk about it so much is that it's always on my mind, at least in poet. And, you know, it has a real effect on, like, my life, my dad's life with teaching. So it's... I'm going to be thinking about it, and, I'm going to be talking about what comes into my mind until, you know, I get asked about something else. Which, yeah, I'll be happy to answer, like, other questions, talk about other things, but I'm thinking about it, so I'm gonna talk about it. Let me readjust my glasses. Slightly better. Yeah, the one downside of Lord's Wolves is that it does take a while to find enough life crystals. But to me, the trade-off of having so much cool stuff to see is worth it. Oh, I dug into a... Oh, it's a much smaller cavern than I thought. And it's not a spider cave, thank God. Which is funny, I was babysitting a few years ago, and I am the best babysitter because I decided to let the kid I was playing with play Terraria, and so she was learning the world and she saw generating spider nests. And she's like, that's not a real thing, is it? And I'm like, oh, I don't think it is, because at that point I hadn't encountered one. So anyway, a few weeks passed. During that time, I play some more Terraria and I find a spider cavern, and it's awful. And so the next time I see her, I'm like, hey, so you know how I said that the spider caverns probably weren't a real thing? And she could see where that was going, so she kind of like looked at me like, no, don't do this. And I said, I'm so sorry. You know, like David Tennant style, I'm so sorry. And yeah, it's, you know, there are no games that have like smaller than normal spiders. If there were spiders in a game, they're bigger than normal. There aren't even that many normal sizes, I'll be honest. So that'd be like a big pain to vendor, and it probably wouldn't be worth it most of the time. What's that? Cosmic Elemental. Sounds pretty cool, if I'm gonna be honest, so... Sorry, I have allergies, and I took allergy medication today. I didn't last week because I have... Okay, I'm on several prescription meds, but I say on. I haven't made a doctor's appointment in a while, which is a problem, and I will get on that, but... And yet I still have this thing about, like, taking medicine, which is outrageous. You know, if you need to take medicine, take it. That's why it exists. But I'll be like, oh, I don't need it, I'll be fine. And then I'm not fine, and I'm fucked. I'm like, oh no, how could this have happened? Who could have foreseen? that I would, have trouble sleeping without, taking melatonin, or you could have seen that I have allergies and have trouble concentrating without allergy medication. It's a complete shock to absolutely nobody. I will need to drink a healing potion. Where did I put those? Oh no. That looks like silver. That's a horde crystal, so I really want to get to that, which will require not dying. That's the main plan, my plan. I'll go ahead and equip that just to get it out of the way. No! So close. Okay, that's accurate. If hurtful. I love the Terraria death notifications. They're almost always accurate for me, at least. But the main goal of that was to get more stones, and I did manage that, so that's good. Life quartz. It can be used to make life crystals, which makes them very useful indeed. And I'm not going to do the healer class. I don't pay much attention to classes in Terraria. My twin, he's always like, the classes, they're important. And I'm like, I'm sure they are. But on the other hand, I mostly play Terraria by myself. And there's not, if you're playing by yourself, you might as well generalize. I mean, really. As far as I see it, it's a lot better if you're playing Terraria to even if you will be kind of bad at summoning things, because, if you're bad at summoning things because you can't, because you don't specialize in it, you don't have the accessories or whatever. I mean, it's still better to have somebody than nobody. Oh man. They're gonna be making more houses. Okay, that goes in monster drops. Don't know what I was thinking. Just for a little variety. I don't know if there are people in Terraria smart enough to navigate these stairs, but we're about to find out, I think. Oh, that was fast. So the good news is it looks like I managed to make these towers the same width. I was a little concerned about that. Not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. Okay, I love the fancy dyes, so I'm actually really glad the dye title showed up. Oh, and it looks like they can climb the stairs, even these kind of awful ones I made down below, so that's good. Actually not make these the same width? Ah, I think I know what I did wrong. Okay. And I think an actual medieval fortification say clear the trees around the area, so I'll go ahead and do that. Even though it makes the tree hug me cry a little. Yeah, so I see the mistake I made. I'm gonna go ahead and correct that. Yeah, I'm good at many things. Seeing is not on the list of things. Here we go. I might add a third level. And I think if I have an internal staircase, I'm gonna have to in that house. I will have to move the bin. The demolitionist can take the weaving. Yes, hello, Brian. I wish you could do that in real life, just douse up with somebody. Oh, I forgot your name. Hang on a second. I should get my school to help me. Okay, I'm gonna move this whole staircase back then. Should probably have been easier if I'd kept one so that I'd know. There we go. Am I putting headphones on wrong, or do they always hold your ears when you have glasses? Oh, that's kind of awful. I'm definitely using it for something. At least the mannequins don't move. I encountered the living mannequin glitch in Skyrim for the first time like 2 weeks ago. It was an experience. I thought that it was a joke or exaggerated, but nope. They really do that. Oh, should probably also make walls. And a door. The sound of building in Terraria is very relaxing, I think. How is it? You know, sheer luck, or unluck, I guess. I don't know, I haven't met the Grocer yet. That was what I was gonna say. I've never met the Grocer before. So, I've never had the chance to see what the magic beams do. Egg. Apple cider. Okay, so the good news is that I might be streaming late, which is also the bad news for anyone who's watching this on a tight schedule. The bad news is I can almost guarantee I will not be defeating the King's Clan today. I will do my best, that I promise. But just looking at, I mean, how many hit points I have right now and stuff, it's probably not gonna happen. So that enemies dropping mana is really helpful, and it's the only thing that makes the spell casting viable, I think. Just because there's so many enemies in this game. I guess Rupert is going to join me in hunting the biggest of game. But not the most dangerous game. In case you were wondering, I ran into that slime twice. Did not see it. Like I said, I am good at many things. Not seeing. That checks out. Here we go. Like I said, I do not specialize in this, although I do like using magic. As soon as things get close, I'll just trip out a sword. Oh yeah, that's an extra mode thing. No more can you just like hide under some platforms and kill the the king slime that way. Like I said, I could almost guarantee I was not going to defeat the king slime today. I'm just gonna see if I can get my money back. Looks like I did not. I think another slime stole it. That's fine. Okay. There's a pinky. I was wondering if I'd get one. Because I'm not gonna use the pink gel for anything until I kill the pink slime and get the slime solidifier thing. Well, I can make pink torches, that'd be cool. So, you can use the pink slime from Pinkies to make bouncy bombs. The thing about that is that sounds like a terrible idea for me to try to use. You know, to be guessed as to how that will end. And I might as well put down this slime panel soon. Right. I'm gonna see if there's the butterfly staff. If all of the butterfly staffs were removed in this edition of Thorium. Definitely going to make an enchanted butterfly at some point. Feed him what? Yeah, so I'm gonna see, like I said, about making a third floor here. Probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google like tallest castle walls. Because each block is 2 feet. So I'll do the math. I don't want like a comically oversized one. Oh my god, a golden sword. Highest priority, that. Oh, I have quite a few fallen stones. Let me improve my mana with quick jellyfish chandelier. Ah, that makes sense. Well, it's 9:30, so I'm gonna sign off. Like I said, I'm gonna bake my little brother a cake. I don't have to, I'm just, going to. On Twitch, you will see that next Monday, I plan to stream Don't Starve Together with my friends from 3 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. So, I don't know what that is your time, but if you can go to my Twitch schedule and see. And some of my friends are going to be playing with me. And it's going to be fun. So, I'll see you then. Stay safe. Goodbye.